Assholes Anonymous is sponsored by Executive Art on the Executive Art YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Assholes Anonymous!
We are back.
We are back in Executive Art Studios with me, your host, the wonderful and gracious and incredibly gifted host.
These goddamn pronouns.
King Kino is in the building. And next to me, I got my man, the translucent man. What it is, bruh?
I am the man that they call Hair God, a.k.a. Birmingham Drake, a.k.a. Razor Ramon.
I need a one dance.
All right.
Hey, it's your boy Maxwell, a.k.a. the Hood Hulk Hogan.
Off the top, bro.
That's right, you clowns need to say your prayers and eat your Wheaties.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Well. We have come upon some situations that have made life quite difficult for the manosphere.
For the manosphere?
Yeah, the manosphere.
Yeah.
See, first of all, we as we'll let Maximilian,
Brother Max.
You know what I'm saying, get us started.
Speak on his discernment.
What is your issue that you have?
It ain't necessarily an issue. It's just something that didn't really make sense to me.
Okay.
I would love for a lady to come somewhere in the vicinity and tell me how this works.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've been out here in these streets doing whatever you wanted to do.
She's been a whore.
No, I'm not gonna say she's been a whore. But you've been
sounds a lot like whore.
No, you've been engaging in sexual activities. Maybe even had a child or two out of it.
Probably got paid for sexual acts.
I don't know about that. I don't want to, put that on anybody. I don't want to sully anyone's name with that. But what I would like to say is, you've done everything you wanted to do in your late teens all the way up to your 30s.
30s.
You've been in plenty of situations that failed. Relationships, situationships, sex buddies, whatever you want to call it. They all failed. Sneaky links. You even had a child or two. And now you want to, well, you call it celibacy, but you really you want to abstain from sex. And expect a guy to use his time, his resources, and any other thing he has that you may like, all for not getting no booty. Now, why you don't owe him any sex?
This is true.
This is that is the most uneven exchange I've ever heard of in my life. That is not an even swap nor a swindle. That is bullshit, sir.
It's because you got a lot of suckers out there that'll tolerate dumb shit like that all the time. Suckers, simps, squares. Like
Bitch ass niggas.
I need somebody to help. They're like, if they on your live trying to explain how this works, please let me know.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no interaction like that right now.
Right.
Take it one time. But yeah, it's really disturbing to me because now you put a guy in a bad position who trying to be with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because especially coming up on a situation where you acting like you holier than thou, and then you bring them into the room with other people. And I know y'all keep saying shit like, nobody should say nothing about what I've done last week or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? You bring them in the room, people you already goddamn slept with. You know what I'm saying? They come out and it's like, okay, you been handling him with kid gloves, talking about what he ain't gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like you waiting on marriage.
Meanwhile,
you should have been did that before you had your first child. Like, don't come on, man.
Listen.
Meanwhile, there's a motherfucker in the room that didn't have to wait but 5 fucking minutes to smash.
Well, it ain't about. But in this situation, it's not about how long it took. It's the fact that he smashed.
Easy breezy.
Now you want to wait. Now you want to be like, oh, well, the Bible says. You didn't listen to the Bible before, and you done went out here and had babies, failed engagements, all kind of bullshit.
Bruh, I had one. I had a
and now you want to change?
I had a female friend that was telling me.
She saw the light at the end of the tunnel.
I had a female friend that was talking about her situation with a dude that she was dealing with, and she was telling him that she was, I want to take it slow with you, right? And in the meantime, in between time,
had a whole side piece.
Oh man, just fucking out both pants legs. But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying like, well, I'm just fucking him.
But that's the best bullshit.
I care about you.
But you expect
I care.
If I don't plan a date,
if
I don't plan a date,
I'm gonna take him to this fancy restaurant tomorrow or some shit.
But if I don't plan a date, you run to Facebook. Men don't plan dates anymore.
By the way, hold on.
Kiss my ass, man.
Pause. Time out real quick. And while I got a few folks on my live right now watching, like when I see women like share memes and shit talking about fucking, do men still take women out on dates? Yes, you fucking loser. They
not
do.
You.
Just not you.
Because you're trying to abstain from sex when you have kids.
You're making it hard for other fucking people that are actually like have a good chance of having a nice date and shit like that. Nobody wants to take you out because you're fucking annoying and you have shitty standards.
Now, annoying chicks get took out all the time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And hold on. I'm not trying to go all Kevin Samuels either. But if there is a single mom who is listening, do not withhold sex just because every relationship you've been in up to this point did not work out. Don't do it.
No.
And I think single moms should get love. I don't want y'all to think single moms can't find love. You can find love. But withholding your vagina is not going to help you.
Right.
I don't think that okay, if you want to abstain from sex, I don't think that's the problem. I think you need to have some history of abstaining from sex.
I don't think you should do it at all if you done went out here and did whatever you wanted to do.
You might have learned your lesson. You know what I'm saying? You might have learned. You might have said, "I've been doing this wrong. I'm taking some time to myself.
Let me stop, reset, try
That's
this.
That's fine, but don't date.
No, you can date.
No, you shouldn't date at all. Find yourself first.
No, okay.
Okay, find your happiness within you.
See, you sound like one of them people that say if you have any kind of problems in your life, or you having any kind of money problems, you shouldn't date nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is further than money. You can get money back.
That sound
you
about
can
the same
make money.
thing. You
can't get back time.
So let's get it clear. I hate sometimes I hate to be the reasonable person in the room.
You not being reasonable.
I'm finna be real reasonable.
Come on, be reasonable.
Sex is not a part of dating.
It's not.
It's not.
So sex is not a thing that should be
associated.
But no. But what you're failing to explain here, sir, is that you're abstaining from sex because of your decision making and how the relationships turned out, which in turn fucks you up mentally.
Let's be clear.
Let's definitely be clear.
Let's be clear. Anytime I hear a chick say some shit like I am celibate or abstinent or whatever, right?
I automatically think she's a whore.
I don't think she's a whore, but I think she'll go.
I think she got friendly pussy problem.
Exactly.
And she's trying to scare you off by telling you. Because if you really are that, you don't have to tell me shit.
And what do friendly pussy problems cause?
She gonna give up that pussy?
No. They cause mental issues because every dude don't nobody believe in that pussy. Niggas done skeeted up on you and gave you baby. And they don't believe in that pussy.
I know a chick that every dude that ever been with, the first thing the niggas say when you bring up her name is top 5 pussy they've ever had in their life.
It's not, no. That just because it's good for the moment don't mean you believe in it.
Oh yeah, well you gonna believe in it? You know, it's crazy.
Hold on. If Jonestown hadn't taught you niggas nothing, it's taught you don't believe in something for too long.
Well,
because it will end up in your demise.
First of all, but this is the problem inside the situation, right? People are getting in relationships for the sex, right?
Exactly. Right.
So the problem is not necessarily the act within itself.
Right.
Is the importance you put on it.
No,
Right?
it's not the importance they put on it, because in this case, it's the consistent failure. Think about it. If all your situations have ended, that does something to your mental after a while.
Most people are relationship failures. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it does something to you after a while.
Some people are definitely
well, it all
doomed to be
depends.
single
It all
for the rest of their
depends on
life.
if you found yourself or not inside.
Okay.
Inside of a situation, like say for instance, right? You get to a point where you understand. Okay, once you learn how to date, once you go into them situations, you don't even look at certain steps as failure. You just look at learning experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you going on a date. I'm trying to figure out what I like and what I don't like about you.
And we put too much emphasis on when you fail at something as a learning experience. No, what Michael Jordan did against the Pistons was a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
You can't consistently fail like this. Like, even if you're a Major League Baseball player and you get called up to the Atlanta Braves, and every time you go to bat, you strike out, do you think they're going to keep you on the team?
It all depends.
Hell no. You are going back to the minors, sir.
It all depends.
Or they're going to cut you.
It all
Go back to
depends.
play for the Birmingham Bears.
Yes, you will be playing for the Greenville Braves.
See that was a bad example because I'm finna fix this shit.
Come on,
One of the things even about that, they may bring up you may not be a good hitter, right?
Right.
But you may be able to steal bases.
But if you can't get on base, they're not going to put you. They're not going to pitch.
No, they make you the pitch runner.
Sir,
What?
that happens
Your phone.
0.002% of the time in baseball.
0.002% of the time, it's still somebody on the team that's a pitch runner that's on the roster.
Bro,
And you may be
that doesn't happen often.
Somebody definitely said that was a terrible example.
Terrible.
Who said it?
It
Marcus.
was our
Marcus
example.
Johnson. It was.
How is that a terrible example?
I'll let Keno explain.
I just told you it was a terrible example because even inside of that, you know what I'm saying, you can find a place on the team. Even inside of failure, inside of dating.
You can only be a liability for so long, sir.
Okay, you keep saying the liability. Most people fail at dating, at relationships, period.
But if you
know what I'm saying, like 50% of marriages end. I mean, you don't get in divorce. But even before that, how many relationships you was in before you even got married? So most of the time,
before you got married, every relationship you was in failed.
All right, so you got more experience with failure than you do success,
and that does something to your mental.
And it depends. It depends on how you.
Who happily fails at something?
I mean, bro, I don't look at relationships that ended as failures. Per se, you know what I'm saying? I go into a situation.
It was an experience.
It was just.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. You're not a good spokesperson because you don't do them like this. Typical person has a lot of overlap in relationships. Most people, okay, I dated this person for 2 years.
With you on that. Humans just suck.
I dated this person for 2 years. We only been broke up for 4 months. Now I'm dating somebody else. You don't tend to do that.
Okay.
And that's the point I'm making. If you're going to,
I learned how to date.
So you take time from these relationships.
No, I don't get in relationships.
There you go.
I date.
You have time between these. When you decide to get in a relationship, it's gonna be some time in between.
But
that's a part of the journey to knowing yourself. Most people don't do that.
True, most people don't know themselves, and the biggest problem behind the situation is that society in a whole don't advocate you learning yourself like that either.
So you coming to me, taking out one of the few things that I may enjoy about our interaction,
sex,
but you're requiring all this stuff from me.
I mean, but that's on you though. I mean,
that's on me to accept it.
I mean, like I said, you're responsible for the good and the bad that happen in your life. Even when you're dealing with somebody, when you fucking around with them, or you dating them, or you hanging around to fuck. Okay, think about it like this. Think about inside that situation. Right? You figured out early you didn't like her as a human being. I don't like this bitch. But it's a good chance I'm gonna fuck this bitch.
Right.
So now you lingering inside a situation that's destined to fail just to get that one success off.
Pretending to like shit you know you don't like.
But here's the thing. If I'm a guy thinking like that, is it really destined to fail? Because I know I'm a smash and dash?
Is it okay? Is it
so
destined to fail?
Okay, I take that back. Because it's going to depend on the method and the manner in which I do it.
Right.
Yeah, if I'm whining and dining her, and I know I don't like her, then yes, I deserve whatever failure I get because that's stupid.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I said,
some people got to use the tools that they dispose of.
Right, you may deem that as a success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
she's not. When I ghost her ass, she's not.
I mean, but her feelings is not your responsibility.
But that's the thing I'm saying.
I mean,
they're not.
That's
hold on. We got a viewer that wanted to ask a question.
Man, they need to cash out.
We ain't gonna do that shit. Go ahead. What?
She wants to know what the topic is. She just clicked on.
Who is she?
Her name is Sharon Davison.
Oh.
I don't know.
Listen, man.
I don't know you.
Right now, the topic is we was just talking about how people get into a situation, or
hold on, I'm gonna explain it. Is withholding sex because of previous failures fair to the person that you might be currently dating?
And it's not fair if there is no time in between that. So say for instance you was just fucking yesterday and you say you like me so much, but the nigga you was with yesterday you was fucking, and then
you come to me. You want to treat me all nice and shit.
I'm be honest.
I'm the prototype from Outkast and shit.
I feel some kind of way if a chick has kids and now she all her relationships prior to me.
Now we get to the meat of the subject. Now you got a resentment.
It's not necessarily a resentment.
That's a resentment. I think that's a resentment.
Hold on, listen to me. You call it a resentment. I call it it's unfair. Okay, let's just say I do date you and things progress.
Right.
So now you want me to form a bond with your kid. Maybe if it's a boy, you want me to try to kind of teach him.
No.
Or impart some good manners on him or something.
Let's get back to dating again. In dating, I shouldn't know your kids.
How long do you... Come on now.
I shouldn't get to know your kids until you sure about me.
Right. And even then, like, that's still some time.
Look, I have a problem with people trying to bring their children into something that's just brand new. And I don't know you well enough to even know if I like you like that for real. You don't know me like that. I may think you look good. You may think I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 this, that, and the other. But you don't know me well enough to be talking about bringing your children.
But even then, bro, right. Think about all the stuff that single moms have to go through just to date.
What's that?
You gotta find somebody to keep them.
Okay.
Time.
And for some, that's not hard at all.
And
for some.
Those are the ones you kind of want to avoid, but that's another topic. That's another topic. I just don't think it's fair, man, for you to start withholding sex when you done been able to run around and do what you do, have kids and all this stuff, and
the only beauty about
require all these things from me, and.
I mean, okay.
I mean, the beauty of it is, for me, is if that's the case and it's somebody I feel like isn't worth my time, I just drop them.
Of course.
I'm just gonna move on about my business.
But I just.
And you'll just be that one chick I text every 2 or 3 months.
I have a problem. Don't broadcast it. If that's what you're doing, don't talk about it. Just don't give me that.
Listen, man. Okay. Listen. Okay. When you're going into a situation when you're talking about dating somebody, right? When you're talking about when you're going along them lines, right?
Watch somebody say, she don't owe you nothing.
I mean, you don't owe her shit.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you're going into these situations, the big problem is that people try to pull more out of it than what it is. We just going on a date.
Right.
I'm just trying to get to know you. I'm not trying to come in and change your life. I'm not Superman. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to impress your children. I ain't trying to impress your mama. I ain't trying to do none of that shit. I'm just trying to see if I like you.
I ain't asking you that for marriage.
But
I ain't brought no mule.
If you do end up liking them as a person,
right?
What's the point of all the dating? What's the end goal?
Okay. First of all, here got a big problem. People don't know how to date. So inside of that, motherfuckers don't date they relationship.
Okay,
they date one person at a time.
No. Let's throw all that out the window. In a perfect world, let's just go in a perfect world.
In a perfect world.
What is the goal of all this dating? What is the main?
Figure out what you like and what you don't like about people.
So once you figure that out, what's your point?
Then you narrow it down to the people that can be what you need.
Okay. Keep going.
Right. And so then at that point, if it's up to you, do you want these people to be? Do you want an intimate one-person relationship, right?
Right.
Or do you just want to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with either way it goes.
I know, but just normal. We're gonna normalize it. Stop trying to Kenoize it.
That's normal to me. You know what I'm saying?
That is actually normal.
You know what I'm saying? That's normal to me.
But I'm saying after all this dating. All this figuring out what you need, choosing the person that you think might be the best fit. What's the end goal of all this? And I'm not even saying marriage is the end goal, but the end goal is to be in a relationship, right?
Okay, you want to be in a relationship.
And most people require monogamy. Most, not all, but most.
People. Okay.
So the end result.
So it's a monogamous relationship. Okay. So inside of monogamous relationship, right?
Right.
It's an understanding that's already got to be there, right? You understand that I'm what you need,
right?
And I understand you what I need, right?
And let's just say this girl is everything you need except for that one thing.
What's the one thing?
You require sex, and she's not doing it.
Okay, but she's not everything I need.
Right, you gotta let her go. That's on you. If you stick around with somebody,
and they already told you what they already have to offer.
I said this shit, and motherfuckers look at me crazy when I say this shit. But this the realest shit ever that you gonna ever hear about a situation, right?
Right.
All I need is one person to agree to my terms.
No, I agree with that.
Right? So if it's 50,000 other motherfuckers who don't like what I got going on or don't like what you know what I'm saying, this, that, and other, you don't matter. All I need is one for it to be a successful relationship, right?
Right.
When a motherfucker can't fit your terms, whatever them terms is, right?
They gotta go. Right.
They helped you find one. They helping you get close to where you gotta be. You know what I'm saying? That mean this motherfucker can't be it, right? That's easy money.
I just feel like it's unfair.
You know what I'm saying? It's unfair if you putting that kind of emphasis on that person. You know what I'm saying? To be something that they obviously trying to make a change. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do something different, and they thinking if I do this, the relationship got a better chance of lasting. And if your requirement is, bitch, you need to go on and do what you gotta do, and she ain't doing it. Now she see for this particular situation, that shit don't work. She got to make a choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they say on the 48 laws, right? You put people on the horns of the dilemma, right? When in the beginning, if the shit popped off and she said some shit like that, and you tell her, and you come up there and you say, well, listen, I don't think I can move forward. You know what I'm saying?
I recently just had to have that tough conversation, so I get it.
So Vamuski, that'll get done. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm on my way. That get you know what kind of power base you build once you go in there and you give people what it is you is gonna do and you ain't gonna do, right?
Right.
And if they can't fit it,
it's beautiful.
You leave them bitches alone. At that point, right? You sitting in a hell of a power base. People will break their neck to try to be what they think you need. Right?
They will.
See, this is why competition in dating is always needed, right?
Right.
Because competition breeds excellence. When you got two people trying to get into a space, you find somebody who's willing to compete to be in that space, they gonna do everything that they can to be that one person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna conform to be what you need them to be. You know what I mean? Right. And that's gonna be the one that's fighting to be in that situation. That's gonna be flexible like that. That's probably who you don't need to be. Everybody don't come into your life exactly what you need them to be. Sometimes people gotta form up to be what you want to be. It's kind of like motherfuckers saying, I don't date broke bitches, right? Or broke niggas. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you stupid. Because, you know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what a person is going to become. You didn't take the time to get to know them.
Well, the problem with that is, 9 times out of 10, you couldn't teach me how to make a bag anyway.
It ain't even about teaching them how to make a bag. It's about understanding who you dealing with. Like some people, you have to. If I sit down with you and you prove to me that you ain't got no kind of sense to move forward, right?
Then you should say,
right. Some people just in life. Some people just missing you. You the missing link.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you come in.
You're not the light to my pathway.
Okay, and sometimes you're not, but sometimes you are. Sometimes you are the person to bring the best out of somebody else.
But the ones that are, you never hear them saying, "I don't date broke this, I don't date broke that."
Right. Well, and see, and that's my thing. When I hear that. Right,
that's a red flag. I run.
Right, I don't even listen. I be laughing and joking and having a good time with people. Be hanging out with them and they be saying shit like that. I laugh and talk blah blah blah. Bitch, I already X'd you out of what it is I need to do in my life. I know what you ain't gonna be. Right. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna never be on that level.
We gonna be at a certain point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? One thing, somebody got mad at me the other day for saying, you know what I'm saying? Some people I tolerate just because I want to fuck them.
Right.
And that's it. Some chicks I tolerate because I want to fuck. I don't have to be your knight in shining armor. Right. My goal is to satisfy me first. I don't have to satisfy your shit.
Self-preservation.
I don't have to be what you need me to be. So when I'm going into a situation, you know what I'm saying? You may want me to be this and tell you what it is that you want to hear from me. You know what I'm saying? Well, you could have just told me. No, the fuck I couldn't. Because it didn't work the same if I had told you. You know what I'm saying? Now you gonna be on a certain end to say, nah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't da da da. I just didn't give you. First of all, you got to figure out if I am what you need, right? Or I can be what you need. So inside of that, I'm trying to get what I'm trying to get out of the situation. I ain't got to tell you shit. You figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So your discernment is not my responsibility. You need to understand if I can be that, right?
Right.
So when you go into a situation and you dealing with a motherfucker and you know what I'm saying, and you ain't taking the time to try to figure out who this person is, you going with the laughing and the joking and the playing. You like the way the motherfucker smell. You like the clothes nigga got on, don't you? Or you know what I'm saying? You like the fact that I spend money at the bar, don't you? Yeah. You ain't got to know me not one bit.
That's you like.
And if inside that situation you suck my dick because let's be real.
Let's be real.
If you go to that point and you do that just because of all the other shit that you've seen and you ain't take the time to get to know me, right?
That's on you.
That's on you. That is not my fucking fault. You know what I'm saying? I tell motherfuckers all the time. What I say? Easy. Bisexual chicks ain't marriage material, right? So at some point, right, if you fucking with me and you bisexual, you know I'm not going to a certain level with you. Right? So you ain't gonna get marriage out of me when I already told you I don't fuck with bisexual bitches like that on no serious tip. I'll fuck you. I won't be with you. You know what I'm saying?
But that all goes back to what I'm saying. You can't. And this goes for men too. You can't run around doing everything you want to do, and then when you decide to get serious, think that everybody else is supposed to take you serious. That's not fair.
Okay, and even inside that though, once you tell a motherfucker, look, I don't take you serious, motherfucker gotta make a choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna disagree.
The problem is niggas don't tell the motherfucker I don't take you serious.
They scared to.
Yeah, they scared to. You scared to lose your
They still want that possibility that I might actually get the smash. And I don't want to say the wrong shit.
I'd rather miss out. Fuck that.
If you ain't, 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna miss out.
I'd rather stand on what I believe.
I almost guarantee you $1 to a dime. You'll go into a situation, you will tell a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, that exact thing, right? And them motherfuckers will still fuck with you.
Still hard.
Cause they think they gonna change your mind.
It don't matter what they think.
It don't matter what they think. It don't matter what the scheme is.
Hey, ladies, y'all got some ego like a motherfucker.
I mean, but that goes to say, you know what I'm saying?
Too much Harlem Nights. Y'all are not all sunshine.
Not even that. Not even that.
Just the kids. I ain't
most women gonna look at you as simple anyway.
Right.
You couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll see memes go out when they say all you got to do is fuck him and feed him and blah blah blah. Like like you're a pet. You know what I'm saying? Rub him on the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. You good, and that'll be the end. That's the good part of a man's life, right?
Right.
Man shouldn't be, if you do that, he ain't gonna pay no attention to the shit that you do. You know what I'm saying? That in people's head, because that's how society put it out there, right? You y'all the easy simple motherfuckers, right? Blase, blase. And a lot of times dudes play into that.
They do.
Because a lot of dudes just want to have a warm body next to them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They'll live with a motherfucker they can't stand, but she do all the shit that
he needs.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's cool, right? But inside his own mind, he probably know this motherfucker ain't exactly what I.
You ain't what I want, but
you know what
I'll take what
she ain't exactly what you need. Period. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just as a person, but you're doing enough to make my little time easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm fucking with you. It's dudes that do that all the time.
All the fucking time.
I am an alien when it comes to certain shit, right? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'll drop a motherfucker for I dropped a chick one time and I went over to her house. I pulled up. She was in her little girl had said some fly shit to the grandma. And the grandma said something back to the little girl, and the mama snapped at the grandma. I told her I ain't coming back here no more. You know what I'm saying? She said, "What you mean? You just gonna walk off and leave like that?" I was like, "Man, shit, yeah. Your daughter was in the wrong, right? Your grandma was correcting it. You went and snapped on your. The grandma was correcting. You went and snapped on your mama. You know what I'm saying? When the child was in the wrong, and she was corrected. She wasn't beating her. She wasn't hitting her. She was telling her no. You see what I'm saying? And you want to come in between that? I was like, man, shit.
Oh yeah, I dropped something.
Oh yeah,
I dropped.
I walked in. The shit happened. I walked out, and then she called me on the phone like, you really gonna leave? Yes, and I ain't never coming back.
I dropped a chick.
You know what I'm saying? Like
her child was calling her by her first name.
The worst I've ever done when like something similar to that. Like I had talked to a chick one time that told me she does not give head, and like I real deal thought like she was just. Like, I real deal thought this bitch was playing, right? So she
that's a requirement.
Fuck yeah, that's a requirement. The fuck? The fuck is this? Motherfucker, we ain't in middle school. The fuck? This shit.
But no, I dropped the chick because the child called her by her first name. To me, that's just to me. That is the most disrespectful shit ever.
That sounds like some serial killer shit.
You calling your parents by your first name?
I dropped the chick because they cussed their children out. You know
that is disrespectful.
I mean, okay.
How disconnected do you have to be for your child to know you as your first name?
I'm gonna give you context to it, right?
I knew my mom's first name. I just never called her by it. Unless we like in a crowded room or something.
How disconnected does your relationship have to be for you to allow your child to call you by your first name?
I'm gonna give context to what I said.
That's weird,
right? My whole thing was this. This is the first time I'm coming around a situation where your children ever even came close to seeing me, right? You dog cussing your sons. Nah, she was cussing her children out.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? I was like,
they didn't clean up or something?
No, she was just on some frustrated trying to get her shit done. Blah, you know how it is. And motherfucker, and so she going there, she cussing them out and, you know what I'm saying, calling them all kinds of, you know what I'm saying, stupid motherfuckers and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we done.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Because what's going to happen when you get comfortable enough with me? You think that comes out?
Yeah.
Oh, you think
you gonna become that dirtbag?
Oh man, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sorry ass motherfucker. Blah blah blah. Yeah, you can get the fuck out of my face. We done now.
Sure.
There's no need for us to move forward. So with all these requirements, like Bush, Bush just said,
like I real did.
It's a requirement.
It is definitely a requirement that a chick gives me head when we're having sex. Like I literally kicked her out my house at like 12 o'clock in the fucking morning. For the folks that do know me, they know I stay on a very far side of town. This bitch had to drive like all the way.
Yeah, bro, you do. You stay out there.
Yeah, I sent her clean off back to where she. Nothing.
Uber?
Nothing, ma'am. You get nothing. Take your childish ass to motherfucking McDonald's and get some damn nuggets, nigga.
But here go the thing though, right? Cause this kind of interesting to me, right?
Right.
The reason being is you saying head is a requirement inside of having sex with a chick, right? So basically, when you told her that, right, you basically told her, I never really liked you as a person. I just want to fuck you.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Okay.
No, we're talking about in this instance.
Yeah, this instance.
I mean, like
that's the
I learned
that's the conversation.
I learned at a young age that, like, at the end of the day, as long as you tell the truth, in most cases, shit will always play out in your favor. Motherfuckers might not like what you say, but most of them will respect you. The only ones that don't are, like, the childish ones that's stuck in their fucking ways and shit like that. But for the most part, like, whenever, like, I remember when I used to lie to damn get shit, but, like, I realized if I tell the truth, it's way easier. I can just say what the fuck I want. You have that option and your choice on whether or not you want to fuck around with me or not.
Interesting question. I'll ask y'all a question.
Come on.
Question to you fellas, right? Okay. How long do you usually go when you meet a chick that you know what I'm saying, you get to know or whatever? How much time passed before usually you say y'all need to be having sex?
I
don't have a time frame.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like you don't have a time frame? Okay. Let's just
For me, I've never really gave a time frame on when we should have sex.
Right.
But it gets to a point to where, like, for me, the only time I'll get irritated is when you're insinuating, you're throwing hints out there that we finna smash, and then when it's time to smash, you be like, nah, wait, and shit like that. And it's like, if you just come to me on the tip of, like, we chilling and shit like that, and don't use your fucking pussy as a goddamn...
Wait.
You literally...
Nina Crenshaw says, do you give head, Roy the Bush? Wait a minute.
Who do I?
Okay, that's it. This open up a bag of words, right?
Right.
Because that, like, you just go around getting random bitches' head.
Not random bitches.
I mean, bitches. You say bitches that you fuck, right?
Right.
You give them all head?
No.
Okay, so every bitch that you fuck gotta give you head though.
For the most part.
So it's cool for a chick to stick around the dick in the mouth, but it ain't cool for you to put around the pussy in yours. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking the question. Like that's a legit question.
I mean, back in my,
you get away with it.
Back in my savage days.
Okay, so would you date a chick for a year without fucking?
I'd have to really.
Okay, so I don't necessarily have a time frame when we should have sex. Hold on.
Chick in the midst of this?
No, you cannot. But no, I don't have a random like set like it's 3 months from now or
Can she at
6
least give me
months.
hand jobs
But
inside?
I do have a like in my mind. I do have an internal clock that says, okay, this is gonna be the night I try.
You tried, yeah. I'm just saying,
but if she says no, I'm not gonna like cut her off just because she said no. But there is a time in my mind like, yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay, but I asked, I said,
can I've actually dated somebody for a year before we had sex.
Okay, what about you, Ron?
I think the longest I've ever waited for sex with a female is probably, I want to say, a month.
You ain't shit, but
I mean, that's a long. I'd probably say a month, maybe 2.
Yeah, but you ain't shit, bro.
I mean, I'm honest. Like,
that's an understandable.
But it's like,
but you know,
it's like for me, like if I'm talking to somebody and shit like that, and I really like you and shit like that, I don't mind waiting. But you have to be an interesting fucking person to damn keep me around for a long ass time without sex.
Most of them ain't interesting.
The thing about it is that would irritate me is it's like I said, you would always talk to me with the insinuation that we're gonna have sex the next time I come over and shit like that. And then when I come over and nothing fucking happens, now you wondering why I'm looking at you fucking crazy. It's just like, bitch, you literally sold me a dream just because you wanted a warm body to sit next to you and watch some boring ass show on Netflix. Like,
I mean, but both of y'all sold each other's dream, especially if you know you ain't gonna be with her long term, and you know what I'm saying.
I don't sell dreams like that.
Okay, yeah.
I've never sold a
fucked the chick that you knew you wasn't gonna be with long term, but you knew she wanted to be with you long term?
Yeah.
Okay, then the dream got sold.
But it's not a soul dream if I already told you off top I don't want a relationship. If I tell you I don't want a relationship,
that is the gateway to get all the sex that you want. That is the gateway.
If I tell you off top I don't want a relationship and I'm dead ass serious.
That is like the first hit of crack. Seriously, I'm serious. If you tell a woman, hey, I don't really want nothing serious, and they have sex with you, that's like they first time trying to have crack. Because they gonna keep chasing.
But that's you gotta learn situations like that too. Because I made the mistake.
Because her discernment is not my responsibility.
Sometimes you gotta walk away from them situations.
I came out a very long term relationship, and I was going back into the dating world, right?
Right.
And inside of the dating world, you know what I'm saying? I was telling people off the top, I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm just having fun. I ain't trying to do nothing serious, blah, 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 right?
Right.
And they was fucking my brains out. That's like, you know what I'm saying? And here was the problem. Not only was they fucking my brains out, they was trying to be committed at the same time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know.
And so I started realizing, and then I started realizing a lot of this shit my fault. Because so I was married I was married coming out of marriage, right? So now when I'm going in there and I'm fucking with them, I'm fucking like I used to fuck.
Right.
I'm giving committed marriage dick.
Committed marriage dick.
You know what I'm
But at the same time, I'm telling you, it's like
you know what I'm saying?
you ever seen them movies?
Sandwiches and cold drinks.
No, seriously. You ever seen them movies where like the parent do crack and the child walk in, they be like, "Don't you ever do this."
Right.
That's the same shit as when you tell a woman,
I
don't really want a relationship.
Female head at this time for the last 4 years.
Damn. Y'all know we've been doing this podcast like 2 years almost.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Time just fly by. But yes, ma'am, I'm currently only giving one female head at this time.
One female head.
That's because
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about people, like I said, but you have to understand. I had to understand. Oh, I'm part of the problem because I need to understand what
you're enabling.
You know, I have to understand what they're trying to get from me. You see what I'm saying? They've seen I've done that before. You know what I'm saying? He committed. He gave his life to this particular thing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He'll do it again. You know, it ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think no. I think it's more their ego.
They're like, I'm saying they be like, they hadn't been married previously. It couldn't be your ego. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They hadn't been married previously.
I'm telling you, it's their ego. Because they be like, there's not a woman alive that I don't believe that thinks her vagina isn't the greatest thing ever invented.
I mean,
like when they made vaginas, they stopped with hers.
I mean, you have to be confident in your genitals.
Sometimes women are overly confident.
There's nothing wrong being confident in your genitals.
I don't think that's true, right?
That they don't have to be, or that they are.
That they are. I think they are. I know. I think a lot of that shit be just talk because the first thing they throw into your face is the bitches you may be fucking. See what I'm saying? If you
about to answer my question, go ahead.
If you believed that your shit was the end all to be all, there is no way you come into a situation thinking that this nigga going to fuck somebody else.
Yes, it is.
Why?
Because they gonna think, I bet you won't go fuck nobody else when I put this pussy on you.
See, you proving my point. What I'm saying?
No, you proving my point.
Nah, what I'm saying?
Because if a chick asks you that, she really, without asking you, trying to see if hers is good.
I mean, shit. But that's just the point. Inside of sex, here go the problem with sex in general, right? Mm-hmm. People put too much emphasis on sex inside of situations, right? And in the end, sex is not the most important thing to that relationship, period, right?
It shouldn't be.
No, I'm just saying, let's put it in perspective, right?
Because eventually one day your shit ain't gonna work no more.
And not even that. Let's put it in perspective, right? You got 20. Let's take it in hours in a day. You got 24 hours in a day, right? Inside of a day, whatever it is you're doing, how much time do you spend in a day having sex? 45 minutes.
45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to probably an hour and a half, depending on.
Okay, 45 minutes to an hour.
So that leaves you 22 hours and 30 minutes of your day.
Right. You know
else.
what I'm saying? Now, what the fuck else going you occupying this relationship with?
That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Sex only lasts but so long.
Right.
And
for it to be
the numbers. And first of all, the numbers that we throwing out aren't even the average.
Right.
You know the average time of
15
sex?
minutes.
No,
Right.
the average time sex lasts is 7.5 minutes.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You know, I always say 37 seconds of fear. You know what I'm saying? If you can't please a woman in 37 seconds, you don't know what you're doing. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you go into a situation now where you put so much emphasis on sex, and sex ain't, you know what I'm saying? Sex is such a small part of your relationship. You know what I'm saying? People always say sex is such a big thing. Sex is such a small part of your relationship. Like, you got to the point where it was somebody that you like having sex with that you didn't like all the other shit they were doing. You stopped fucking them. You see what I'm saying? Like, if sex was that important, you like, shit, I don't give a fuck if you don't clean up the house.
I
don't give a fuck if you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a fuck if you wasted all your money at the casino.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't give a fuck you know what I'm saying? Like, you went out there and spent all your money on purses and shoes.
I don't give a fuck.
You know what's funny
I don't
about
give a
that,
fuck
though?
you got hairy ass armpits. Like,
But you know what's funny about that, though, seriously, in real life?
what's up?
How, as men, we oftentimes go so hard for a piece, and once we finally get it, we be like, what the fuck was this?
I mean, but here go the thing. Now, see, now I'm finna hurt niggas' feelings.
So many men suffer from post-nut clarity.
You get what the fuck you deserve when you waste your time with somebody.
But here go the thing. Even about sex, the big thing about sex is if the sex is bad, right? It's 50% your fault.
Well, no, I'm not even talking about it being good or bad. I'm talking about just the fact that you got it, and once you're done, you like.
I mean, but
because you spent so much time putting it up on this fucking pedestal and shit like that, and once you finally got to the top of the mountain, you realize I really don't like being up this fucking high.
Like you just don't like the person. You realize, like, this is not what I'd rather be doing something else.
I mean, Cat Williams.
It wasn't bad.
Cat Williams said a long time ago, just jack off before you damn talk to a female and see how you feel about her later and shit like that, and you will save yourself so much headache.
That's real true though. Like
It's
a lot of men suffer from post-nut clarity.
Like
y'all really be on that shit,
Like,
man.
for real. Like the heavens and the stars open up after you done hit,
right,
and you be like, this was not one of my best decisions.
I mean, shit.
I enjoyed myself, but this was not one of my best decisions.
Shit, motherfuckers show up and you understand a lot of times this ain't gonna be a good decision.
Right.
But you do it anyway a lot of times, so it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
got to see it through, my boy.
Okay.
Just like,
it's something.
Ain't gonna let nobody turn around.
It's some chicks that look good on your resume. You know you don't like her.
All right.
But just for your resume.
Back when I was in these streets.
You know what I'm saying? Your resume, the shit just look good on your resume. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas got resume fucks.
I know I do.
You know what
I ain't gonna lie. Because a lot of times I was trying to be Ray J. Like, if it's a group of dudes. No, seriously, if it's a group of dudes and they all salivating over this one chick,
I won't.
Let me be Ray J and hit it first.
And see,
and it caused.
But on the flip side of that shit, it causes a certain kind of resentment when you run into a chick and you be like, man, why you fuck this nigga?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gave Dusty Steve from the east side some coochie?
Not even Dusty Steve. You know, when you start looking at people on a serious tip, let's just say on a serious tip, right? Mm-hmm. And you know some people, they may not be destitute, they may have some other shit going on, but you know they just ain't good people, right? You know what I'm saying? You know they shitty folks, right? And you look at a motherfucker and you'll wonder how you spend so much time fucking with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because the dirt bag person probably portrays themselves to women to be a good person.
or not even that the dirtbag person portrays himself to be a good person. That person that you like, right?
Right.
Might be a dirtbag.
It was with the dirtbag for the benefit of what the dirtbag had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now you looking at that person like
You kind of a dirtbag.
you know what I'm saying? For going in that situation, you become judged.
You like principles and morals, ma'am.
You get judged on the shit.
In defense of that person, because the big thing now is the big play to get women to like you is if you spout the word protection a whole lot and you do things that shows that you protect black women.
I know that.
All the while, fucking them and treating them bad.
I mean, but that's you playing into their own delusion. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's them not understanding how to get to know the person that they fucking with.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would lose respect for a chick who would fall for a certain kind of wordplay,
right?
And my actions don't fit that bill.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, I've seen instances where people even display their actions, but at the end of the day, they end up treating you like the dudes that you say don't protect you.
Bruh, it's 6 degrees of separation is real, right?
Yeah.
And especially in certain places, certain you know what I'm saying?
In this city it's 4.
You know what I'm saying? or whatever, right? You ain't gonna be able to go into a situation and a motherfucker be able to get away with that move if that ain't them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna tell you something different. Not gonna be on you to believe it.
Right.
But somebody gonna let you know what the situation is, right?
True.
One way or the other. And people and this is another thing that somebody was tripping on me about, was me saying that, yo, once you tell somebody your business, right? Mm-hmm. Or once another person know your business, right?
It ain't your business.
It's their business too. Business. Yeah, it's their business too. Whatever they want to do with their business. If they want to tell somebody else their business. Right. Ain't shit you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
If you didn't want them to be in, you should have told
You can't come to me and say, yeah, don't be telling my motherfucking business. Bitch, this ain't your
when
business.
When you told it to me, it became mine.
This my business. I told my business. The business I got.
It's like how folks be posting like,
and
don't stop posting your relationship over Facebook. We want to see the
We want to see this shit too. We on season 3.
Right.
So inside that, if you didn't take the time to get to know the person well enough to know if they was gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Chatty patty about your shit, right?
Right.
Then you should, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? You should have took the time to see who it is you're dealing with. Take some time to get to know some people sometime. Don't just come in there and see a motherfucker got 3 things that you like and you say, oh, I'm gonna make this work.
Right.
Because a lot of times, like, motherfuckers don't even know, like I said, big part is motherfuckers don't even know what they need from other people, right? Because they don't even know themselves well enough to know what they need from you.
Right.
Right? So most people base their decisions on what they want off of what other people want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now you're going up in I tell people all the time, like, motherfuckers be posting shit about traveling and going to different places. That shit don't
like to travel.
I don't like to travel. That shit don't turn me on not one bit, right?
Right.
But everybody else is, I want to go to Dubai. I want to go to fucking
I don't.
Oh.
That is a long ass flight.
That is a very long flight.
Beyond that, you know what I'm saying?
Meanwhile, my ass going to New York next week.
You know what I'm saying? But beyond that, though, they doing it, and you putting it out there to the world to show that you did it because you picked it up from
somewhere else.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, that looked like the move to do.
Right. You're not doing it because you're interested in the history or no
you know
shit
what I'm saying?
like that.
Like none of that shit. Like it's the
like
destination
the trip
spot.
you're going on. If I went on that trip, I'm going specifically for 1 or 3 things. To see either the Knicks, the Mets, or the Yankees play.
I mean,
anything outside of that, I'm not going to New York for unless it's work related.
I mean, for me, it's just I've never been.
Exactly, but I'm saying it ain't because
and for me,
everybody else going.
Right.
And for me, just the thought of New York makes me like, it ain't no place I ever got to visit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see all that shit on TV. I imagine New York to smell like piss always. It's too many people. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Just say New York City, you know, be around, blah, blah, blah. Nigga, it's like going to LA, right?
Which I just got back from.
Everything everybody be talking about be fine and good until you down there on Skid Row.
Fucking traffic. No.
All that
Oh no,
shit.
that traffic.
All
is
that
hell.
shit.
Pure.
Traffic. You down there looking at all these homeless people sitting around there. You know what I'm saying? Blase.
We kind of avoided Skid Row.
I'm not even just Skid Row, downtown LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
then you
downtown LA
got
kinda dirty.
overpriced ass food, motherfucking overpriced ass real estate that everybody feeding to get into. You know what I'm saying? To say they overpaid for
A studio apartment.
Studio
Man,
apartment.
like all that shit.
About as big as this
the
fucking
shit
room.
does not turn me on to say to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, vacation to me, when people talk about what a vacation is, that shit be work. I don't want to work on a fucking vacation to go up there and have to pack and go to this place, unpack, go to then you get there with other people and they want to go to all these different fucking places. You on this schedule, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, I don't want to do that shit. I hate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate that shit with a fucking passion. So when I see other people talking about how great this shit is, I be like, man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all, I hope you had a great time. But me personally, I ain't want to do that shit with y'all. I ain't want to be where y'all was. I didn't want to sit in the hotel where you was. I didn't want to look at the architecture you was looking at. Bitch, we got YouTube. I can see all that shit on YouTube.
It's different when you see it in person.
It's different. It all depends on what it is that is your passion.
Most of the shit I like to travel for is a sporting
Right.
event.
I would go to Rome. You know why I go to Rome? I want to see the Colosseum. Yeah, I walk in that motherfucker. This, that, and other. But when I get to Rome, I ain't trying to go see 1,000 different shits at Rome because you said we got to go see not only the Colosseum, we got to go see this, we got to go see that. Man, fuck that. I went for the Colosseum. After that,
I just wanted to see the Colosseum. I just wanted to walk out.
I'm not trying to be on a schedule to go see all other shit.
So, you just wanted to walk out in the middle of the Coliseum and ask them, "Are you not entertained?"
Bruh, just to see how that shit, just to see the grand scale of a person going in there risking their life for freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I'm finna fight to the death inside this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm either gonna die in
And all
slavery.
these people sitting around there watching
Yeah.
to see if you gonna make it out, or be the decision maker to see if you gonna live or die. You know what I'm saying? That shit within itself be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's wild
hard.
as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, or either wanting to go to, like everybody be talking about going to different places like Africa and all this kind of shit like that. The thought of Africa a lot of times don't turn me on. You know what I'm saying? The reason the reason being is that, bruh, you want to be able to go somewhere where you say that they feel like home, right? A lot of them motherfuckers don't want you over there anyway. They don't know you. You don't know them. Y'all so disconnected from each other. Like to go over there is a lot of time. It was in some places it could be a fake kindred. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like some people want you over there to pay the bills. You know what I mean? And not necessarily for what it is to do.
I'm about to say, like, a friend of mine told me one time they were at UAB, like, how they have, like, different cultures, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they don't fuck with, like, Americans like that.
Yeah, some people that
like when people say, like, oh, because Germans are white, that means they fuck with white people here. Like, no. If you're not German, they don't fuck with you. They look at you as subhuman.
Like I don't have interest in wanting to go over into Africa and see lions kill shit up close and personal, cause that lion might kill me up close and personal. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no shit I want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't really interested in going there and doing all that stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to tell another motherfucker I been. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather when it comes to people, if I'm going somewhere with you, let's say we did travel out this way, I want to go there to be with you. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily to go around there to try to see all the shit we can see in goddamn 5 hours.
So basically, you don't mind traveling. You just don't want to be on a schedule.
Right. I don't want to go on a work trip.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want.
You want to be able to do shit on your own time.
You know what I'm saying? If I want to lounge around in Italy all day and just sit around and watch motherfuckers go up and down the street, you know what I'm saying? About people. If I just want to people watch, I want to people watch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but it's a lot of shit that people do, and the shit don't excite me none. You know what I'm saying? sometimes I'm seeing people that be having all these different things, like all these little stories, all these different adventures that they going on, this, that, and that. I was like, man, nigga, they did all that shit in one day. They gotta be fucking exhausted.
Either that or they're on cocaine.
Or something. This shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, goddamn, nigga, y'all done went zip line and cliff diving, fucking.
Motherfuckers that went ziplining and shit and then turned around and went to go fight a bear in the woods.
Like, God damn,
like, if I could touch the hem of how much energy you have, I would get so much accomplished in a day.
I personally, I only travel for sporting events or if I'm going with a group of people that I really know I can kick it.
And I don't like traveling with groups of people.
It depends on the group of people.
I hate that.
Well, it definitely depends on the groups of people.
My travel group, we all from different places.
For the people that are watching,
9 times out of 10, we arriving at different times.
We're talking about trips now.
But anyway, we finna wrap this shit up.
Yeah, but my thing about group trips is that
First of all, like, and this is something I've been meaning to get off my chest.
I don't want to be responsible for your fucked up trip.
Not even that. Like, don't invite me on a group trip if, like, you got couples there and them couples have a very weak relationship. And what I mean by that is, if you know these motherfuckers do not get along at home, what the fuck makes you think
that we gonna go to Tennessee and they gonna get along
and
in
they gonna get
cabin.
along there? Because what ends up happening is the motherfuckers end up arguing with each other
all
fucking weekend, or they do that real silent, like, tension shit where it's like you just sitting there and you know they both pissed off at each other. And it's literally they just wait on that one moment to go the fuck off.
Motherfuckers be trying to do shit like reunion trips, right? And I hate that. I hate shit like reunion trips.
You talking about a class reunion?
Yeah, like class reunion trips. They want to go out there and go out of the blah, 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 this, that, and the other, right? When you get out there on that reunion trip and you and your significant other have a problem, and they old high school crushes out there on this trip.
That makes it worse.
She gonna get to have that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's like they say about homecoming, bro. Like if she ain't nagging, she gagging homecoming week.
It is what it is. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's been an interesting.
This is definitely.
And one of the most interesting things about it is how y'all view goddamn sex and relationship. Man, y'all niggas is wild.
I mean, like, man, fuck you. Hold on. Before we close out and give my final statement, sex is like it's not the foundation,
but
it's furniture.
I knew you.
I don't even think it's the foundation or furniture, but here's how I feel about it. Because most men don't go into a situation being like, oh, my end goal is to get married. Your first goal is to probably stab a few times. And then figure the other shit out.
I mean, what ends up happening is we end up fucking, and then after that, we end up, like, after a while, constantly fucking. We were like, all right, I kind of like you.
That's what I'm saying. So, I'm saying all that to say, like, you can't.
I have no idea who that was.
You can't drop all these expectations on me. Okay, you're an investor.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Why would you blindly invest in something and don't think you're gonna get a return from it?
Well, you wouldn't, right? But in that though, you talking about a situation where you invest in the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's all you're doing. Okay. So the investment that you made, like you said, going into the situation was the fuck, right?
Right.
And so at some point, you either, you know what I'm saying, you feel like you're going to get that return on the shit, or you feel like you don't. Or you know what I'm saying, some shit lose money. And you cut your losses. Everything don't make money.
I get that. But some things you don't even put money into.
I mean,
you don't invest in at all. We ain't talking about just money.
Yeah.
Some stuff you just don't invest in, period.
Just don't invest in, but, you know what I'm saying, but it's some that you invest in. Some you take a chance on. Like, you,
right.
Look, I know some smart-mouthed, disgusting attitude ass bros, right?
But it's a nigga somewhere investing in them.
Oh man, that's taking the time to try to. We need to have a conversation about this. We ain't gonna have it today probably, but we need to have a conversation soon about motherfuckers not understanding just because you getting attention don't mean I like you.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? It means I'm trying to get something. I may be trying to get something from you. Right. And just because a lot of people getting your attention don't mean all of them like you.
Right.
All of them might be trying to just get something from you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you never be in a situation. Because everybody...
And those type people, I don't think they ever realize that the little stuff you're getting
ain't shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason why they target you is because the empty wagon make a lot of noise. Look, I love them smart-mouthed, ignorant talking ass, over the top bras, real loud, you know what I'm saying, fronters, right? Mm-hmm. Because in the end, they fucking quick, right? And they easy to break up with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is simple. Like,
this shit is awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the argument gonna start, bitch, I ain't coming back over here no more.
Right.
Wrap that shit up, B.
Right.
Let's wrap this shit up.
You know, it's been a good day. Thank you to Executive Art. We are Assholes Anonymous.
Hey, hit the button on YouTube, chumps.
Man,
hit the like and subscribe on the Executive Art channel.
Right. Let the algorithm hit you. It don't cost you nothing to mash the like button.
Right, it don't cost you nothing.
You know, even if you don't like us, mash the dislike button. Just give me some interaction.
But the super chats are coming because we trying to get paid. We ain't lying.
Definitely trying to get paid.
We not bullshit.
No. We got the phone line.
It's coming.
Oh, we're bringing in the phone line.
Next show, y'all gonna be able to call and interact with us.
But if you call, you better drop something in the cash out.
They don't gotta drop nothing.
Yes, they do.
But we gonna have a conversation.
Because we not doing this. This ain't for the free. We trying to get paid.
Thank you.
Peace.
And good night.
Bye.